Hello and welcome to Gaming Together, a cooperative podcast. I'm your host, Phillip, and I'm here with my co partner, Nave. Each pod, we play through a cooperative experience, then relay to you, the listener, if this game is the creme de la creme of co-op or something better off playing solo. Hey, Nave.
Hello. It is late.
It is late. This is one of our latest podcasts. We're tired,
Really?
boys. Yeah. Like that. Oh, let's intro our guest. Aaron from Aaron and Tommy's Superpod. Welcome to the show.
Hey, am I your guys' third host yet, or is there somebody else? Somebody else
Just
have that title?
about. I'd have to crunch the numbers because we had a lot of Jared for a while. A lot of Jared is a good name for a rock band, by the way. In case you had like maybe more than one member named Jared, or no, none of them are named Jared.
Nick's come on a lot too.
A lot of Nick.
That's
true.
I'll kill him. I'll fucking kill him.
You are the only person to be on listening together more than once now, though.
Oh,
out of
dude.
our 4 episodes, so that's a pretty high percentage, actually.
Sweet. All right, I'm
Which
done. Go ahead.
I love to highlight that your Dicey Dungeons listening together is the best. And we're back, and we died a terrible death. But this is new Phillip and new Nave and new Aaron. And I don't remember what we were talking about exactly, but Aaron, you are the second person to ever be on a listening together twice. No, you're the first person to do it twice, not the second person to do it once, because that was taken by someone else.
Not you.
Yeah, that wasn't you, I don't think.
Whoever they are, fuck them. This is my turf now.
Yeah, you have the best performing listening together episode we've ever done. I don't know why, but it is like 20 to 50% better than any other listening together, with JP's Last of Us episode being the worst.
Of course. Because of course.
Because
course
Dicey
it is.
Dungeons is so fucking good, dude.
Is it a game that I assume most people have never heard of?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have heard. Maybe that's just because like I'm looking up shit for the game constantly, so I'm finding all the people who already know about it. It's on Game Pass.
It is. And, dear listener, this is not going to be a regular episode. So I'm still traveling, so this is a past Phillip and Nave. So we've decided to break out another listening together for you guys, just so there's content to carry over while I'm out of the loop. And so we're going to be listening to, what game is this? Persona 3. But before we get there, let's just check in with what we've been playing. But since this is past Phillip and Nave, it's going to be irrelevant. So instead, let's ask what Aaron's been playing.
Well, yeah, past Aaron, I guess, since this is coming out in like 3 weeks, playing a little bit of Super Mario RPG Remake. Also trying to bust through Ease 1. There's a deep cut for everybody there. They're pretty fun. Pretty good games.
So I've never heard of Ease until about a month ago, whenever I was getting really into PSP emulation, and I was seeing like what's popular, and like you just type in like PSP RPGs and Yeez is at the top of the list. Yeezys.
Yeah, there's like 6 of them on there. I'm pretty sure you have like 1 and 2 in one game, and then remakes of 3 and 4 and 6.
I don't know, but
6 is PlayStation 2. Yeah, there's a lot.
I know they brought them to Switch, right? Though, like, so you don't need to emulate them. Like, you can actively buy them.
I know Origin is on Switch. I don't know about the other games. I know you can get them on PC though. So I mean, if you have like Steam Deck or something, you can get them on like GOG.com has them on sale a lot for like $7 a piece. Except for like there's a couple that are a little bit more expensive. They're like $14, but
not bad.
They're every game in the series except for 5 is on GOG for sure.
Which, Nave, when I was looking at top 10 PSP RPGs list or whatever, your stupid Monomusa the Shadow Blade game popped up or whatever. The game that looks like anime trash. Yeah, and I saw that, and I'm like, I've seen this game only because of Nave.
That game's pretty good, actually. I mean, I wouldn't call it an RPG, but that's like calling Final Fantasy 16 an RPG. I mean, come on, we're splitting hairs
numbers.
Now.
Well, that's like saying, like, is Diablo not an RPG?
Well, Diablo is an RPG.
It's the same game. There's numbers that fly out of people when you hit them, just like Borderlands is an RPG.
I mean, I guess yeah, that's true. I mean, you still gain levels and experience and shit, and you progress your characters and stuff. I don't know. That's a pretty mind melting fucking question: what makes an RPG? Because I guess you're just role playing, and you can role
Just
play as
numbers.
literally. Yeah, you
Madden
can role
is an
play as
RPG.
fucking Mario. Yeah, fucking what is it? Aladdin for the Genesis. You're role playing as his dumbass. So what is an RPG?
I think it's just numbers. I think it's supposed to be a reference to like tabletop role playing games. Like, wasn't it the whole thing with like Final Fantasy where one of the ancient Japanese overlords was playing Dungeons and Dragons and wanted to make Final Fantasy? I don't know which one.
Jesus.
That
The
is
one that there's Miyamoto, there's Kazuma Kiryu, there's just so many of them.
Fuck it, put Reggie Fils-Aime or Fils-Aime
Yeah.
in there too as well.
He's in there too.
Yeah, Reggie Fils-Aime, the notorious Japanese developer.
He made Final Fantasy 2. It was a real spin-off for the series.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be the last one. That's why it was the Final Fantasy. Thank you,
Oh my God.
Reggie.
Thank you,
The
Reggie.
final destination.
All right, and what else what did you say you were playing at first? The first game before I ran away with Yeast?
Super Mario RPG remake.
You made it out of the pipe house or whatever they renamed it.
Oh, you mean like Mario's Pad?
Yeah,
Something
Mario's
like that?
Palace.
I think it's
I
the
think it was
Trap
called
House
like,
now.
it was called like the pipe house in the original, and everyone's like, they censored it, and it just is like Mario House or something.
Pipe House.
Like,
Yeah,
let
I'm,
me look it up.
I made it to. I just completed. There's this place called Marymore, and I completed that, and just because I'm fucking unhinged, I was like, this would make for a fucking hilarious meme, so I tweeted, "You've heard of Elf on a Shelf? Get ready for Drew Barrymore and Marymore. Fucking shoot me."
Yeah, I saw
Shoot
that
me.
and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck this is, and I just scrolled on past.
Yep. You're not.
I don't
the
know
only
who
one.
that is, and I don't know where that is, so I'm just gonna go.
Which it is confirmed. The Mario Bros. House has a front sign that says Pipe House in the Super Mario RPG original one, in case you want to go to the Pipe House.
Nice, dude. I was just gonna say I only know Drew Barrymore from 51st Dates, but nobody else has ever watched that movie before. So go ahead.
Yeah, we've talked about that show on, like, can you give me a play-by-play of the plot of 51st Dates? Because we had an argument about it last time this came up.
Oh Christ. Okay, so Adam Sandler.
Was it
Yeah,
an
go on.
argument or were we just loud?
We were just like, we couldn't agree on what exactly happened or what the series may be about, so we kind of did like a fan edit of it, of what we think 51st
Gotcha.
Dates should be. All right, what is
Gotcha.
it?
So the movie is all about. So Adam Sandler, what is it? He has a boat. He has Gatorade and Reese's for breakfast. He goes to a diner. They're like spamming eggs. He sees a hot chick. It's Drew Barrymore. He's like, "Let's do it." And then they do it. And then the next day comes and he talks to her again. She doesn't remember him. He freaks out. Basically, Drew Barrymore has she's like brain damage or something, so she's lost all of her short-term memory. Whenever she,
What if she just is just ghosting him and she's just really awkward?
It's funny.
Plot
Just a
twist.
different read of it.
That's it. No, that's the movie. That's
That's the whole movie.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's some real M. Night Shyamalan shit.
All right. Oh, another thing that kind of came up since we don't have games we've been playing to talk about. Nave, we got a semi write-in from Nick and Knight, one of our patron supporters and friend of the pod, and he asked us if we actually liked anime games or not, or games with anime style.
You
remember
were
this?
gonna ask this on the Persona 3.
With a
The
game that's
listening
in
together.
anime.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I don't know. We'll just go around. Aaron, do you like anime style games?
Like, do you mean games based on anime or ones that just have like an anime art style?
Probably just anime art style, because the games based on anime, like, what's not to like if we're just looking at Dragon Ball Fighters,
That's true.
you know, the Naruto Shinda Storms, Shippuden Storms.
Shippuden Storms. I mean, yeah, there's quite a few. I guess it depends on the kind of game too, because like visual novels I can do for a little bit and then I start to get incredibly sleepy. But there's a lot of games. Activating Weeb mode here. Blue Reflection Second Light. That's a really good one.
Oh, is that the game Christian plays?
I don't know who the fuck
This
Chris Chen
sounds
is,
like
but
some
sure.
fucking Christian shit.
Oh wait, no, I do know who he is now as of late.
No, he plays the Blue Neptunia games.
Oh, I don't know about that one. I've
Yeah.
heard-
Those games are
Blue-
boring.
what is it? Blue Reflection is it's like Sailor Moon if they were stranded in some like alternate world or some shit, and they fight for their lives because like monsters will kill them or something like that.
Of course.
Yeah, but yeah, I like anime games. It just kind of depends on like the type of game.
Yeah. What about you, Nave? Are you an anime guy?
Yeah, the bigger the tits, the better. Looking
See,
for
that
big
was
old
that was
boobies,
what the
big old
discussion
ass.
went to.
Yeah, right away.
Yeah, right away. It was like, yeah, I like anime games, except I wish there wasn't so much jiggle physics.
Yeah, well, stick to your Last of Us, Philip.
Yeah, I guess.
There's
It's just-
there's some
What's
that
up?
don't do that though. Like I mean, Blue Reflection is one that doesn't do that, but I guess they're like high school kids. But there are some that don't have like big, humongous knockers.
Yeah, dude, I was playing Nier Automata, and which I beat. We talked about it last episode, apparently. But I beat Nier Automata. But you get a third character in that game, and boy is she voluptuous. I was staggered the first time I saw her walk animation. I was like, Jesus, how horny are these guys? Like, oh my god.
No, it's just the one guy. Just that one. What's the creative director dude? The guy that
Yoko
makes
Taro
the games.
or something
Yeah,
like that.
it's just that guy. It's just him.
I love him. It's so funny.
It is really funny.
It is crazy because the strongest, most deadliest androids are also the sexiest ones. So it is just this weird cognitive dissonance.
They explain it kind of in Nier though. Like they make an argument that like the androids are supposed to be the ultimate perfection humans or whatever, so they all look like models except for the males, which look like little boys.
Yeah.
This is
what peak masculinity looks like, and it is 9S. This little boy.
It's so funny. But she has a good arc.
Yeah. We talked about it already. Probably.
Yeah, we will have talked about it already at this point. We haven't recorded that episode that we're talking about it, but we will.
Nice.
So for me, I like anime games, but it's also really problematic whenever I have children walking around and I don't want them being like, oh, dad's playing a porn game, when I'm like, no, it's just Xenoblade 2 or Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I happen to get the Pokemon summon, which is the giant chested woman. Like, it's like, or the problem with, like Nave said with Nier, I'm like, man, I love Nier, but also I have a barely dressed model on the screen at all times.
I feel that. Yeah. The Xenoblade is pretty bad a lot with that too. Who's the fucking the guy who has the robot, the little the
dude,
guy.
the guy with the sex robot? Yeah, I don't remember his name. I never finished the game.
He's always like, "Ooh, me love boobies" or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's so gross.
And he makes the robot called a master and everything. It's real rough. Hey, if you haven't played this one, right?
No.
I actually really like that game.
Dude, I've put in like 100 hours and haven't finished it.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit to it. The Pokemon mechanic is really fucking cool too. I put in too much time trying to get like every single blade, like an idiot, but because they keep adding more with the fucking deal. Well, I guess the DLC's done now, but anime games.
Anime games. Oh, another problem one is I just beat Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, and Quiet is barely dressed in that as well. And I'm like, she's a lizard that breathes through her skin.
She's got to breathe through her skin, man.
Yeah, she's got to breathe. And meanwhile, I'm like, oh, Kojima.
What? Is that like an actual canon? Like, that's why she has dressed like that?
Yeah, and they explain, like, it links up in the story why she's involved with you, why she breathes through her skin. It all has a reason. It just doesn't explain it till 60 hours in.
Right on.
After you already have her on the team. But if you get her to friendship bond level 8 out of 10, you can unlock clothes for her.
Nice.
Yeah.
You can't just put a fucking sweatshirt on her just cause?
No, she'll suffocate. You got to unlock like the outfits for her.
Okay.
Oh, and they know what they're doing because all of her outfits, like the little icons you go through them or whatever, it's just a close up on her chest. And it's just like, you had to do that?
Yes.
You really had to do that? Meanwhile, you look at the dog ones, it's a close up on like his dog goggles. Like you can see his face.
That's awesome.
And it's like, so you upgrade the dog and it's like, oh, what goggles is he wearing? And then you upgrade Quiet and it's like, what outfit is she wearing on her chest?
Yeah, man. The Japanese just have a whole different conception of sexuality that us Western people just don't understand.
We just don't
unless
understand.
You're cultured. I understand it. I love it. I'm fucking all in. Like I always tell. So one of my favorite animes, especially recently, is an anime called Space Dandy. And it is basically Johnny Bravo meets Cowboy Bebop.
Oh my
and
god, dude!
this
hell
guy, he goes to his favorite place in the world, and his whole point of being a alien bounty hunter is to make enough money to go see every single one of these restaurants called Boobies, which is just Hooters in space. And like that is the first thing that happens in the show is he goes to this restaurant called Boobies and he goes, "Yay!" as he's and it is just so funny. It's just it's amazing,
dude.
So
that's
stupid.
what I'm trying
fucking
to.
awesome.
That's what I'm trying to be in.
Yeah,
Boobies, dude.
but overall, we all seem very yay on anime games. I'm just tired of the tropes, or at least give me some options. Like there's always like profanity sliders and blood sliders. Like I don't need Soul Calibur where the armor breaks off while you're fighting, so that you can see it for the full jiggle of physics.
You don't want to see Geralt of Rivia naked as hell?
I mean, I'm fine with it, but I just wish I could tone it down, you know? just give me a toner. And with that,
nice.
Let's thank our patrons. So, dear patrons, thank you for all your support. Mr. Quang, Insane Cracker, Nick and Knight, Michael Superbacker, the Intergalactic Pinecone, and everyone who is not supporting us. I want to thank you, but I can't. So instead, I want you to think to yourself how cool it would be if we could just, I don't know, pay our guest for spending time coming down to our show. Aaron, wouldn't you like money?
I would love money right now.
Yeah, and right now you're not getting paid. In fact, you're like wasting your time coming out here to be on our show. You could be doing so much more. You could be doing a part-time job right now getting paid. If only we could pay you at least minimum wage for the hour and a half to 2 hours you're probably going to be here. It's like we're stealing from you.
I mean, I'm getting paid in experience, man. Give me all that experience.
Experience. It's experience and exposure.
Exactly, yes.
So, dear listeners, if you want us to get to the point where we can actually support our guests, please think about donating $1, $2, $40 on our Patreon. That is all.
Do you really have a $40 tier on your Patreon?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
but I'd have to go look. Specifically $40. And with that, it's time for the Am I the Asshole section. Dear listeners, if this is your first episode, I recommend you go to a different episode. But if you're continuing to stick with us, this is the Am I the Asshole section, where we go on the internet, find some people that have the question of Am I the asshole or a asshole, and we let them know if it's real or not, or if they're really assholes. So let's take a quick look at this one. Nave, do you want to read this or you want me to?
Where's the link that you
the link has been destroyed. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Here, I still have it.
There you go. It's in chat.
Okay.
This is once again a suspended account. Mr.
named Fake and Gay.
Fake and Gay. From 5 years ago.
Great.
Yeah, before we do this, I gotta go read to my kid really fast, but I'll be just a couple of minutes. If you want to
do what you
pause
do.
the recording or something. Okay, I'll be right back.
Let's take a quick break. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. What a loving father. And now that he's gone, we can talk shit about him. Can you believe this guy having children during a podcast?
I would never read to Molly. I would never read a single fucking word to that dog.
You know, I read to Arthur like every night when I try to put him to bed, but he could give a fuck less about me reading to him. He's like 1 in 2 months or something like that. And I'll be reading to him. He'll literally come over to me while I'm just reading open to the open air because he's dicking off in his room doing whatever. And he will take the book out of my hands and throw it on the floor and just be like, nah, we're done with that.
Yeah, it sounds like a children.
Yep. Dude, he does stuff like that. Like the dog will be sitting on the couch chewing on her toy. He'll just walk over, just reach a hand up. The dog won't fight him or anything. He'll just take the toy out of the dog's mouth and throw it on the floor right in front of her. The disrespect in this child is just, it's insane.
Yeah. Well, I used to have this bird named Sammy. It was a little lovebird. And it would be out flying around in my house. And then I would be reading and it would jump onto my book and just sit there. And then as I would turn the page, it would get pissed off and start biting my fingers as I was turning the page. And then it would jump back on the book and just chill there again.
That's pretty good.
Just wanted to stand on the book. And I let him do that until one time he shit on it. And I was like, okay, well, you're done with that forever.
Yeah, never come near. That's when you just close the book. Crunch.
Just fucking, and it's like just feathers come out.
Yeah, it's just like the chickens that explode in Fable. Do they do that? I'm not sure.
I think in every game.
No, not in Zelda.
Legend
In
of
Zelda,
Zelda.
they just have like a red blood explosion that pops out the side of them. Surprisingly violent.
What Zelda game does that happen
In Ocarina of Time, when you cut the chicken. Hold on.
Oh, you're just talking about like that PNG
Yeah,
that
the
comes
single
out?
spinning PNG chicken cut.
You're gonna get like a video, like how to prepare chicken for Thanksgiving.
No, I was wondering about it. It would probably just play the cutscene. I can't find like a GIF of anything of him like just slashing the chicken, but I feel like it had like a red. I might be imagining it.
Yeah, you would have to like look at a video because no one's gonna screenshot that specific thing.
You think that? But
no, I know that because I have to go find a bunch of random fucking images for our stupid thumbnails all the time, and you'd be surprised how I'm like Kiryu crying, Yakuza Judgment,
you can't get an exact GIF.
I'm like, yeah, because there was another moment in Yakuza Gaiden where he cries, and it is a lot more impactful than him losing at Pocket Circuit, and that is the picture that everyone screenshotted, and I'm like, no, I don't want that one. I want to be like serious.
Yeah, I see that.
I still need to make the thumbnail for the other thing. Whenever we're recording, I'm trying to be more cognizant of like things that I'm like, oh, I could put that in the thumbnail. And so that episode in particular, I already had the two of the pictures that I knew I wanted. I wanted that Eminem and I wanted Kiryu crying. But then I just completely forgot about the new episode. I have no fucking idea what we talked about.
Well, I mean,
and since we recorded them back to back, and so now I'm just waiting for you to edit it so that I can re-listen to it and be like, oh yeah, I should go get that for the thumbnail.
Hey, I'm not sure what we're gonna do for that one. I'm like 5 minutes into the edit too. It's taking me a while, but I mean, we got time for that one. I just have to get this one, or not this one, but tomorrow's episode edited. You know, we could do our own Am I the Asshole without him until he gets back.
A separate Am I the Asshole?
Yeah, maybe there's a quick one.
Do you have any way of knowing if they're quick or not? Oh, there's a lot more in here than there was last time I looked. But then again, I don't look. This one looks twice as long.
Okay, never mind. It has a lot of reading.
This is a pretty good one.
You want to do it then?
Dude, there's a Sacred Symbols Plus episode where they were talking about furries, because they talk shit about furries all the time. I think someone called them out on it or something. I don't know what they did. But they were like, man, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, furries are like intrinsically a human thing, like a human experience. Like if you go all the way back to cave paintings, they didn't really paint people. They usually painted animals, right? And like they wore the headdress, like that's like that's iconography that we recognize.
Yeah,
right?
It's a barbarian
like they
thing.
wear,
you wear the skulls, you wear the animals.
Do you ever think that one day they were just like, I am the grizzly bear? You know what I mean? They were like, man, there was a talking snake in the Bible. And a goat or something. Like there's multiple talking animals, more than one. Are you gonna read this?
But all right. So we're gonna do one while we wait for Aaron to get back, I guess. This guy's account is a throwaway that says, I wish I did not throw away. Am I the asshole for being uncomfortable with a furry in my D&D campaign? Yes, you read that right. I've been running a D&D campaign since the beginning of last semester with some friends of mine at university. Unfortunately, some of those friends couldn't be with us here this semester, so we were looking for people to replace them. So we could have a reasonable number of people for the campaign. Oh no, he's back.
All right, well, never mind.
Well, no, we got to stick with this.
Okay.
All right, Aaron, we're doing a twofer now. We started one just for fun, and you got here just in time. So that second link, pull it up.
Keep reading, Philip.
All right. So me and my two remaining players are in recruit mode. We'll call one of these players A. Myself, A, and the other friend all managed to find one person each to join the campaign. That's a little more than I was hoping for. I just wanted enough regular players that did not feel like I had to cancel if one person did not show. But it'll work. So it turns out the person A invited is a furry. And I'm not going to lie, it makes me really uncomfortable. They wear cat ears and stuff all the time, from what I can tell, have sort of a Sona thing on their lanyard, and unironically type and say things like, ooh, oh.
Yeah, people are going to know. They know what we're saying.
I recognize that this is me being a bit prejudiced because they're not hurting anyone. It just makes me feel weird, and I have no doubt that I would be an asshole if I were to ask them not to be in the campaign just because of a lifestyle choice I'm not used to. But I feel like A should have at least asked us if we'd be comfortable with someone like this in the game, you know? Not only that, but A seems to be inconsiderate in general these days. He was late to both sessions so far. He invited his girlfriend, who I have met before, she's not a player, to spectate to spectate the game, which was in my apartment without even asking. He has even asked twice now about extra people being added to the campaign after I initially said now 5 players is enough, thank you. I don't know. I feel like this could just be me overreacting and A, being a bit rude, or maybe neither of us are assholes, and I just worried too much. Either way, I have no idea what to think. So I thought I'd leave it to you guys to decide.
Oh boy.
Okay, so
This guy's fine.
let's go around the room. Opinions on furries. I'll go first. I think they're a little strange, but I am also I have a level of respect for them to be like that fucking weird and just going for it all the time. Like you have to be a little bit crazy or just really determined to be that out there, because I don't think furries are popular. I don't think that's a popular thing to do, is to come out as a furry, but it is also weird.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh.
I'm lagging, so you guys keep talking.
All right, Aaron, feelings on furries? Are you a furry? It's okay if you are. It's
No,
just
I'm not.
weird.
I'm not. I'm not a furry. I don't have any problems with them though, because I mean, we're all just people at the end of the day. And I mean, yeah, it's weird, but like we're all weird in some way. I know I'm weird in a lot of fucking ways. Like I bite my fucking mouth and lips a lot, but that's not like being a furry. So what the fuck am I talking about, dude?
I bite my lips and stuff.
Hey, you're self-implicating now.
Shit. But no, I'm fine with them. It's all right.
Nave.
I'm probably the most tangentially furry out of all of us, and I say genocide them
What?
with a flamethrower. No, I mean I don't care. I would be upset in this situation. I almost killed Aaron.
Again, that's the second time, dude.
You should just not drink whenever I'm speaking.
I should have learned by now, dude. You almost killed me during the racing games episode. Now this.
I talked to quite a few people actually that are, if not furries, like very close, and it's fine. But most of them are pretty self-aware about how like strange some of their like behaviors are, and they don't act that way around normal people. I'm assuming that this furry in particular is being, I would call a flamboyant furry.
No, he's a
I
main
didn't
account
care about
furry.
that.
That's the thing. Like it's okay to be like a LARPer and go dress up like a vampire on the weekends, or go to the medieval carnival or whatever. What's it called? Medieval Renaissance times.
Oh yeah, the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah, like a Renaissance fair, and do that. Like that's fine. The problem is like if you're wearing your knight armor at Arby's, like it's
I love it. That's the first place you went was Arby's.
meanwhile, I haven't been to an Arby's in like years, it feels, but
Dude, they're so gross.
if you go to Arby's and you see a knight and you see a furry, which one are you going to like avoid the most? Like you have to sit down at a table. Are you sitting next to the vampire, the knight, or the furry?
Vampire.
You are hitting the nail on the head so hard for me, because I live right next door to the
Arby's?
biggest card shop in Oklahoma, like for Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh and all this shit. And right next door to that is an Arby's, and they are constantly every day around 6 to 7 they are getting all the Magic the Gathering players going there for modern tournaments and commander tournaments, dude. Yeah, and so like I have literally seen the whole ass fursuits like multiple times in the couple of years that I went there, of people standing outside of Arby's in furry suits, like no shit. I'm not joking. I probably have talked about this on the podcast before, at least once. This has probably happened to me. It's got to have. Or maybe I don't know. But, like, it's just, it is not beyond the realm of possibility for me to walk into an Arby's and see somebody in a furry suit.
No, and I'm imagining them walking back into the card shop to continue the tournament, just smelling like roast beef and mustard and everything else.
Yeah, and the fake cheese that they have.
Yeah, the cheese.
Oh my god, the cheese is so bad.
I didn't take into account like being fully dressed. Did
no, he says he just wears cat ears, and he says things like ooh woo, and he has a Sona thing on their lanyard, which I assume is like, I assume they're talking about like a persona, persona,
like a fursona.
A fursona.
Oh, I didn't even connect it to this game.
Yeah, he just fucking persona.
Yeah, just blew my own minds. But it's probably a connection like that. Like it's probably, maybe it has their character name on it, or like a picture of them in their full gear, maybe. So if they identify with another fur-based person, they can be like, "This is me."
Fur-based. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the main thing: is the furry crinkling?
What do you mean?
I don't know what that means.
Do you know?
Like a diaper?
Do you? Oh, yeah, like a that's what. Okay, hold on.
Wait,
you guys don't know about crinkling?
No.
Oh boy. So like some furries in their fursuits, they wear diapers. Like Spartans and Halo, they have to pee and poop sometimes, and they can't take their armor off. So some people in the fursuits wear diapers, and they call it crinkling because when they sit down, you hear the diapers on the inside.
That's funny,
dude. That just seems like so much fucking work to be a furry.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, like bondage. It's too much.
That's too much. Or I guess
this made me think of the knights now. Like, do you think the knights of the Renaissance Fair are wearing diapers? Do they crinkle?
Maybe. Wait, no. I think knight armor has a thing that lets you take your ass plate off easier, right?
Ass plate.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive that's a real thing. Let me see.
I don't think they have ass plates.
How do knights?
Shit. Please type shit. Oh,
shit.
I mean, that was the whole point with like the Halo armor. Is like Master Chief does not have an ass plate. It's just butt.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that would be a structural weakness for Master Chief because he has the shield. But
structural weakness. His ass.
Master Cheeks himself.
Okay, so apparently, oh my god,
They usually
I agree.
wear like skirts or something, or it's like it's part of the what do you call it, the chest piece, the hauberk. I don't know. It's like,
okay, so
I've
apparently,
seen the word, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
So the armor is really loose around the crotch and hips area because if it was rigid, it would make horseback riding really hard. If you had rigid armor there.
Yeah.
So already it's really, so they had chainmail. They had what Philip was saying, the skirts underneath, so it didn't shave. Apparently they got the squires to take their ass plate off. So I was right.
Okay.
So if they needed to piss, they would probably just piss themselves. But if they needed to shit, the squire would take the ass plate off.
I imagine
if they were in battle.
I imagine so many knights developed like fucking kidney stones and prostate problems from holding in their piss for so fucking long, dude. Fuck medieval times.
I bet it was. Well, isn't it like cold in Britain? I bet it felt good. I was like, the warmth for a second.
Like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta go, man. No,
dude,
just go.
Everyone's pissed in the pool before, and we all know that it feels good.
It's so good.
It feels real good.
There's a part in Metal Gear 5 where, I think it's right in the beginning, where you're playing as a dead body next to another guy, and he pisses himself because they're starting to shoot the dead bodies, and then they step in the piss, and then they come over and like they follow the trail to you and him.
That's
what
amazing.
the fuck? That's really part of it. That's Metal Gear Solid 5?
Metal Gear Solid 5, and I don't want to spoil it because have you played it?
No, I need to play this game if there's
you need to play
pissing yourself involved.
Yeah,
it's really dumb.
It's really dumb. I couldn't tell. Like, it's funny because you're Snake, and it's like you're really gonna have Snake laying in a puddle of piss next to another guy. It's like and then Master Chief peed himself. You're like, why does Master Chief have to pee himself? You didn't have to write it this way.
Like Cortana's asking him, does Master Chief have to go and take a poopy?
Oh my god. No, the armor takes care of that.
Yeah. It's like a little vacuum.
All his needs.
He's like, yes, Master Chief need to boom boom.
So stupid.
Baby needs to take a boom boom. He's like riding on that fucking bomb or whatever in space, and he just
So this guy doesn't seem to be having a problem with the furry, except that it's kind of weird. He has a bigger problem with the guy who invited the furry, which if you're on, like, if we're tier listing your Dungeons and Dragons team and the furry is sitting higher than one of your best bros that's been there the longest, I think there's something going on there.
He is right though. It is A's fault. Like at the base level, it is A's fault.
So do you think A's an asshole here, or is the Dungeon Master just being a bit of a jerk?
Let me read up on the first little bit. Fast.
Double check the lore.
The furry probably needs to tone it down 7 to 15 notches. And I don't know. A needs to apologize. It seems like there's a huge miscommunication between A and the OP.
Yeah.
Being that A doesn't really feel like he's being rude about any of this.
I just keep getting hung up on the furry. Do you think he plays as like a wolfen or
I bet.
Or like what?
Yeah, Dragonborn.
A Dragonborn, for sure. Definitely. A scaly boy. He's a Khajiit.
Yeah.
Like what character do you think he's rolling? He's like human male. Like, oh, all right. Human male warrior.
He's like, I gotta play human male because this is role playing, and I am a fox spirit.
Oh my god.
Like, oh yeah, I forgot. They're like, do you think like it's human male? Let's go further with that. Do you think that they're like, oh how do you humans say? Like, do you think that the out of characters?
Oh my god.
Pretending to not be a human.
God. Imagine being you're a guy in university, so you're probably like what 20, 21, if that. You have a persona where you are role playing in real life as a furry person, a furry animal, and then you go to a Dungeons and Dragons game where you roll a normal human and you role play as your furry character. So you are like 2 levels of role play deep at this point.
And then you
layers.
role play within the role playing game.
Yeah,
as a fucking,
it's like then as humans like
espionage spy.
maybe a human bard that needs to roll like some kind of deception or something like that. It's like you said, like he's a spy sneaking into the place.
Your fucking knowledge stat has to be high enough so that you don't lose your fucking mind over how much shit you need to remember at all times. Like, okay,
So
I'm a
stupid.
human here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I read up on it, and I feel like the guy that posted this could just, yeah. I mean, he could talk to both of them. I guess like it doesn't seem like that big a deal. Like he wanted new people to come into the game, and that's what player A did. And I mean, yeah.
But now he's got a furry in his house.
Yeah, and it's hard to get those out.
Yeah, you gotta lead them
Yeah,
out.
once you start feeding them, they keep coming back.
Okay,
Give
so
them their
he does
medicine
highlight
in a piece of cheese.
it's not he did a couple replies. It's not just the ears and the lanyard. Apparently he also wears a collar.
What?
A collar like the furry guy does. Which I don't think he highlighted.
All you gotta do is put a leash on the collar and tie it on the outside porch and just leave them out there.
Maybe.
Are you reading the collar thing from that post?
It's in the
He's
replies.
got,
it's in the comments.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There's
a
a lot of people that commented on this guy.
He has because a lot of people. I mean, he's like, okay. So the person A is inviting his girlfriend over without asking, trying to get other people in on the game without asking, and it seems like OP has a problem with random people in his house, in general, when he's not like aware of who they are and stuff like that.
Some of the comments are funny. Ooh, woo, notice treasure or notice treasure.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay,
No.
this guy's not an
yeah.
asshole.
That's
The
so
furry is
funny.
almost always the asshole. But this time I think it might
he's
be
not
player A.
directly. He's not in conflict with anyone. He's just being himself, and he's the asshole.
Oh god.
Oh, just because cat ears and collars exist doesn't mean it's fetish gear. It might not be a sex thing.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's like and I'm playing Sinrin Kagura for the gameplay, not for the giant jiggling anime titties. That's right. It's not a sexual thing. I just like Dynasty Warriors combat.
God, just the comments just keep going. We probably need
Yeah,
to wrap
they're
this
going
up.
on forever.
Yeah.
There's one that's kind of twisting me a little bit. There's one that's like, the difference is that being a furry and wearing the paraphernalia is a choice, all caps, while sexuality and race aren't. Being a member of the LGBTQ isn't a free pass to blindly accuse others of being bigots for not liking a fetish. I'm done reading these comments, dude.
They're really going in on the comments. They're really dissecting it.
Okay.
Apparently there's more. Like I found another one that I don't know if you saw this one, but it was like apparently furry phobia is a known issue in a lot of tabletop RPGs, and many GMs will ban furry races just in the case that there may be any romantic
What the fuck, dude?
some romance may happen in the game, and it's like then we need to explain that. Is this bestiality related? If a human ends up with a wolf person or something.
Fuck, dude.
It's like Baldur's Gate. Like you can fuck a bear guy in a Baldur's Gate, and that is what he's trying to avoid. This is actually a fucking conversation that was going on in Baldur's Gate. Is if the druid that you can romance, he turns into a bear and fucks you. Is that bestiality?
Oh my god, dude, stop.
See, that's the problem with furries, that it veers so fast into bestiality. It's hard not to.
It's like driving on an oil slick in a Mario Kart race. And instead of white lines on the road, they're all banana peels. You better fucking drive real good.
Well, that's the other problem with like anime, is that it's like, then it's like, oh, they're in middle school. Also, is like the twist. It's like,
they're 5,000-year-old women. Oh, and we're talking about Persona.
Oh shit, dude.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Persona 3 you could. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure in Persona 3. No, I'm pretty sure this is the one where you could romance like a 13-year-old boy in the portable version.
Aren't they all 13 though?
No, I think they're all high school age.
Oh, yeah.
And then one kid is not in high school.
Yeah, one's a robot.
He's like the brother of somebody.
Oh shit.
And in Persona 3 Portable, you are a woman, and one of the romance options is the boy. It's the little boy. Or something like that.
In FES, one of your teammates is a robot. Oh, and one's a dog.
Romance options?
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to romance the dog, but
well, I was thinking about Final Fantasy VII. Who do you take on the Ferris wheel ride? And you're just up there with Red 7 or whatever. Red 13.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Barrett, like he's a fucking dog, dude.
Barrett.
I forgot Red 13 was even available at that point in the game.
He sucks, dude. He's so fucking stupid. I mean, he's not stupid. He's just not good in combat. He's a good boy, though.
He tries. He can identify things.
Fuck, man.
No, you're talking about this diamond dog again, though.
Oh, yeah, that too. Woof.
Dude, this is tough. Like,
is it?
I don't want to go well, I mean, like, if it's one of those furries that isn't so bad, I guess, to put it plainly, if it's one of those furries that isn't so bad, like, it's fine. Like, it's no big deal. But if they are being like, ooh, and they're being like, ooh, like doggy sees treasure, or like doggy was a daddy 20, like,
that might actually be kind of fun. Like, I feel like that can be funny at first, especially if they double down on it. Like, man,
double down, dude.
Double down.
If I was the DM, I would make people pet him.
Yeah.
I would maybe give him a pet for being a good boy. I would fucking torture. I would torture A for bringing a furry. I would torture him.
That might be the best bet.
Like, do you want disadvantage on all of your rolls today, or do you want to pet the good boy?
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
I vote for that. I like Nave's solution. Like, keep the furry around, make him intrinsically part of the story, where if we need you to be there, you're the main character, but just ruin everyone else's time with it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Funny.
Give them little doggy treats whenever they score a crit or something, or they pass a skill check. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
It's a dog. We just know there's
I don't know, dude.
cat ears, so possibly cat.
Yeah, what's up, Doc, or something? Give him a carrot.
All right, so now for a palate cleanser, let's go on to the original Am I the Asshole we picked. Nave, you want to read this one?
Sure. This one is from Faking Gay.
Read as a furry.
Roll back to this guy.
Hear me out.
Am I the asshole for sacrificing my girlfriend to the dark gods? I don't want to read like this. Right. Hear me out here. Me and my girlfriend are part of an RPG group, and we're currently playing a game called Black Crusade, set in the Warhammer 40k universe. In this game, the four of us are all servants of the evil Chaos Gods, and are bitter rivals for their attention. It has been an interesting mixture of helping each other out, like a traditional RPG, but also screwing each other over, because we're the bad guys, and that's what bad guys do. Anyway, my girlfriend's character managed to gain a following of cultists, and was planning to perform a dark ritual which would have skewed the balance towards her god. I felt this was the perfect time to strike, since it was the end of the campaign anyways, and killed all of her cultists and her before offering her skull to my god. It was a big move, but entirely in character. Needless to say, she was not happy and hasn't spoken to me for a week. Now I get I'm the asshole to an extent, but really what this was both the point of the game and completely in character, and her character almost certainly wouldn't have let mine live if she'd completed that ritual. Am I the asshole?
I vote they play a different game. That's too fucking complex for me, dog.
I like this. But I routinely, I have people around me that love fucking each other over in games anyways. Like my friends Dontre and Jesse would chomp at the bits in an RPG game where we could fuck each other over like at any point and get bonus points.
Well, this
Like,
seems
I think that
like a Vampire the Masquerade type situation, like the way this role playing game is set up, because it doesn't look like it's exactly combat focused. It looks like it may be focused more on like just in general RPG, like actual role playing.
Oh no, faking gay has been suspended.
Yeah, it's all that.
Damn. Well, how do we find his replies now?
I don't know. I'm just
Remember
trying to
actually
look
scroll
up
and look.
more on this game because I'm not exactly sure what this game plays like. Because if this is like a Dungeons and Dragons style game, then this might be kind of it would be a bit of an asshole move to kill another player, even if.
Well,
what's up?
It seems like it seems the whole point of the game is to get be in the god's favor.
Yeah,
your god's favor, right? So what this reminds me of, there's this tabletop game called Betrayal on Haunted House Hill or something like that. There's some combination of those words. And the whole point of the game is that you're exploring a house, and eventually someone gets revealed as the traitor, and then it becomes like a one versus however many of you guys are there, and you have to fight each other. And so you want to be like cooperative at the beginning, and then it's a PvP game at the end. And it kind of seems like this game is a little bit more like PvP whenever, all the time. And so it seems competitive in nature, and everyone playing the game should have been aware that they could just die and lose, and that's it. Like that's like part of the game. And if you getting killed right before you win makes you so mad that you don't talk to your boyfriend for a week, then maybe you shouldn't play competitive games with each other.
Yeah, the way it sounds like from there, like I like your take on that. It does sound like she's being a bit of a baby.
As far as I can tell from like Wikipedia, basically just you're cast in the role of a villain, with the players actively working against the human empire for the forces of chaos. So like, so you want to be the best villain. So it sounds like you would want to take out the other players, maybe, unless I don't know the game that well, but I guess I'm siding with Nave. I can't say it better than he could have or better than he did, because you should be. You're playing a fucking role playing game. You should have known shit like this is going to happen, and if you get mad about it, nut up.
Especially whenever it sounds like they were wrapping up the campaign, but this doesn't have to be the end. Like, even if like this is the end of this story or this part of the campaign, if they have elder gods and blood gods and stuff like that, they could probably bring characters back to life in the next story or something like that. Be like, oh, and she didn't die. Instead, she's cut in half, and half of her is like a robot abomination, and the other half is like meat. But then where's the other half? And now there's two of her with alternating robot abomination sides or something like that. So it's like they're looking in a mirror.
Yeah, her arch nemesis is just her legs with a robot body.
Oh, I was thinking about
her
like,
legs want to come
like
back.
The full
like
cut
this
down
way.
the nose.
I was thinking literally. I was thinking horizontal cut.
That'd be funny. Like instead, it's like Darth Vader, but his legs are like burn off or whatever. They're just out there walking around.
Yeah,
or no, it's more like Darth Maul
robot
when he gets cut in half type deal. Comes back with robot legs.
Does Darth Maul come back with robot legs?
Yeah, he does. Spoilers for Star Wars in general, I guess.
Comes back with baby legs.
I didn't know that.
Don't worry, it was in the cartoons that happened, off screen, off the movie screen. All right, yeah, but I think they should just keep playing. Like, they seem to be taking this poorly, but just play again. Just keep the game going.
Honestly, yeah, you could just start a new fucking campaign. I don't recall how far they were into it, but I mean, yeah, you could just start a new game. Find new people, start a new game.
Yeah, it looks like they
Baldur's Gate.
They were wrapping it up. They were wrapping up to complete the final ritual or something. I don't know.
Philip, when does this episode come out?
Okay, this episode should come out. Let me look at the calendar.
I think he said 3 weeks.
It should come out the 15th of December.
The 15th?
Yeah.
The Game Awards is on the 7th, so that would have been a week before. So
we are recording this
in November. Yeah, so we'll know if this goes out. But so Baldur's Gate is getting announced the release date at the Game Awards for Xbox because this is the only platform it's not on. So I'm predicting. Now I don't have a lot of stake in this, so I don't really care either way. But I'm predicting that it gets shadow dropped on the Xbox on the day on December 7th
Cool.
during the broadcast. I'm also predicting that it's getting shadow dropped into Game Pass.
We'll see.
I hope so.
I hope that comes true.
Yeah.
I hope that comes true as well. Mostly because I want to play it with Philip, and will be a bitch and a half to fucking get both of us on there if it's not on Game Pass.
All right. So I think there's minor assholes here, but this has already turned into a long one. So let's keep it moving. Any final points on these guys? Any of the assholes, the furries included?
Nah.
Girl needs to lighten up.
Yeah. Maybe they should get a furry in their game.
Maybe they should.
Yeah.
Take some of the tension off their relationship.
How many? What's the furry race in Warhammer?
Okay, they have the rats. They're real.
Yes.
They're real
there
gross,
we go.
God.
The Vermintide. Yeah.
The vermins themselves. All right, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and do some listening. Music plays.
The difference between human furries and Vermintide furries is that the Vermintide furries put the collar on you.
Well done. That was very well done. Yeah. Good Vermintide joke. The music plays.
For the 3 people.
All right. You guys ready for some listening together?
Ready.
All right. So I'll bring it in with our little intro song, and then it'll fade out, and then we can just start chilling or talking. Hello and welcome to Listening Together. This is the poem for everyone's souls from Persona 3. And a big thing to note about this is me and Nave got in a big fucking fight over what songs should be played during the intro.
Cut the song.
Cut the song.
We're done with the music.
God. All right, Nave. So the poem for everyone's souls. This is in like every Persona though. It's in like 4, it's in 5. This is one that's like just reoccurring. This is the I don't know, like a through theme type song. And you want this one
like
for the intro?
prelude in Final Fantasy. Yeah, it wasn't that a beautiful intro?
Yeah, it was.
I feel
It was really
intro.
good. This one actually made it really far on my list whenever I was like racking and stacking all these songs. But what was the bullshit you were saying before we started it, where you were mad at me for messing with the notes? I wasn't even understanding
No,
what.
because it doesn't matter. So there wasn't an intro on our. This is just for fucking us looking at the notes. But like, we didn't have an intro song, but we had the Most Notorious song, and I couldn't remember if the Most Notorious song was the song we lead in with, and then we're like, "Hello, it's listening together time," or if it's a song that came in after. And then Philip wouldn't answer me. It was like talking to ChatGPT. I'm asking him what the fuck that was, and so it didn't matter.
Oh yeah, whatever. So Persona 3. In the notes it says intro the guest, so I guess I'm doing it again. Welcome, Aaron, from Aaron and Tommy Superpod. Like we haven't been talking for the last hour.
Yeah. Hey. Howdy.
So you
Bong.
just bonked the mic. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I do that all the time. But you put out, I forgot what I was looking for. Just anybody to listen together. Anybody would all could fill this slot. You filled my slot perfectly, though, because you said I'll do it.
Fill whatever you need.
Yeah, but I want to talk about Persona because I was like, I was really baiting for some Nier Automata because I love that soundtrack so much. But no one was biting, or people were nibbling, but no one would bite. But you were ready to chomp down hard with any Persona game. Specifically, you said you wanted to do 3. Now, tell me, why 3? Why this game OST?
So yeah, Persona 3 is really just the first Persona game I ever played. I hadn't played any Persona games up until I moved where I am now and started collecting games. I think maybe in 2017 or so, and Persona 3 was the first one I bought because I was like, oh, games are so expensive. I'd better buy this $20 one, and then yeah, Persona 3 was like $20 back in the day, and
On like PlayStation 2 or PSP?
PlayStation 2.
Okay.
And well, I guess there's like regular Persona 3 and then there's Persona 3 FES, but they're like the same fucking price. But the game was just really, really cool. I heard about it from some people that I used to work with, and the soundtrack was just bitchin', like just fucking bitchin' good. And I mean, the 4 and 5, everybody knows them. They're good, but 3 is just stuck with me for sure the most. Maybe because I put the most hours into the game. Or just because it's just so fucking jazzy and snazzy and good.
Snazzy.
Yeah.
All right, Nave, what about you? What's your connection to 3?
This is the one I haven't played.
Oh, really?
And so
I thought you played this one.
yeah. No. So Persona 3 remake is coming out in February of 2024, I think. And so I was gonna buy it because Persona 3, the FES version or whatever the fuck, that's on Game Pass. And I was gonna play
on
it
Game
like
Pass.
pretty soon.
Yeah.
Is it portable? Oh yeah. And so that's what everyone's complaining about. Is this? It's not the FES version.
Because FES
Yeah.
has the genders that you can choose, or is that the portable one?
No, the
God, I don't know.
so the original Persona 3, you could not change your characters. Yeah, no, sorry. You could not give your teammates commands during battle, and you also only got the boy main character, and there was a few other things they changed, but then they redid uh, Persona 3 on PlayStation 2 again as FES, and they let you give commands to your teammates, a bunch of other quality of life shit like male, female main character, and then they also gave like they also had like the robot teammate that you can recruit later on as well, and then they put the fucking game on PSP. And in order to like get it to fit on the PSP, they had to cut out all the shit where you like run around places and talk to people, and instead they made it like point and click and stuff.
I see. Good stuff. So my connection to this game is I played like 3 hours of it, and then Nave said that game's getting a remake, and it's probably just going to come straight to Game Pass when Reload comes out. And I'm like, well, time to stop playing this. I'll go play Suikoden. And then I put in 30 hours on Suikoden, and Nave's like, Suikoden's getting a remake as well. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. I just won't play it then. I won't play any RPG that came out before, I don't know, 2010.
That's safe. Those 360 RPGs are not getting remade.
You mean that I'm not going to get an HD, well, I guess more HD Blue Dragon or Lost Odyssey?
I highly doubt
I
it.
want Infinite Undiscovery.
Yeah. Or what was the one where there were like guns and werewolves and they were in like World War II or something?
Oh my god.
Operation Darkness?
Is that
That's it?
Yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
I remember having like a demo of that game on a demo disc, and I'm like, this is fucking wild. There's anime characters and werewolves. It's great. It's great stuff.
Dude, you should go play Wild Arms. It's on PS1. I mean, you can emulate it for sure, but it's a Wild West JRPG. It's pretty fucking cool.
I mean,
I think that's on the PlayStation Plus exclusive version, whatever it's called.
oh, I see.
That sounds right.
I'll never get to play it then.
Emulate it on your phone.
You trying to get me fucking killed? Sent to jail?
I've openly admitted on our show all the time that I
Oh my
emulate
God.
shit. I'm not going to
They
pay
have
fucking
fucking-
$300
I
for a
only
copy
emulate
of a
the
game.
games that I legally own.
Fuck them.
There's
Come
like
for
fucking
me.
lasers.
All right.
That's what the furries say is come for me.
So stupid. So the composer is Shoji Meguro, and he
Got it.
or she, I'm not sure. I think he did. I didn't do that much research for this guy, except I know he did the music for a lot of the Shin Megumi Tensei, whatever it is.
Shin Megumi.
Shin
Legumi.
Megumis,
Yes.
the Personas, and Catherine,
Nice.
which of Nave fame, who talks about Catherine every week.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. You
I'm always
should.
playing it at some point.
It's a great fucking game. Love those block tower puzzles.
So
Sorry,
no, you're good. So moving right into, we got into argument over the most notorious song, and Nave finally decided for us because of 15 million plays on Spotify.
Oh yeah, like so it's the one that everyone listened to.
Is Mass Destruction. Let's take a listen. Talked about snazzy and funk.
Dude, I know, jazzy and snazzy. Don't forget that.
Oh, the jazzy. With a little bit of rap in there. A little
Yeah.
R&B almost.
The dude's name is Lotus Juice, if that fucking helps anybody at all.
Is that the name of the rapper?
Yeah, if anybody fucking cares.
What else does he do? What does
He just-
Lotus
he
Juice do?
He makes other music.
It makes me want to play Jet Set Radio.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so yeah, they also a bunch of Persona 3 music was remade into this 3. I don't mean to talk over the song. I'm fucking
No, you're
sorry,
good.
dude.
No, like I can always tone it down as we go.
They also there was this game with the 3DS called Persona Q that had a bunch of Persona 3 and 4 characters mixed into it. I don't recall if I played that before Persona 3 or whatever, but they remixed a bunch of Persona 3 songs for that game, and those were also really good. Which, again, Lotus Juice did, but yeah.
Oh, we kind of talked about it before the show, but when we were trying to find out what track list we were going to go off of this, there are so many remixes, albums, re-releases for every single, like,
Yeah, god damn it.
there's Persona 3, there's Persona 3 Reload album is already out, I think, and that game's not even out yet. Persona 3 Portable, Persona 3 the FES or whatever. And then the remixes, and then there's just the songs that have like vocals to them also on its own OST separate from the game tracks. Like there were so many different variations. It was hard for us to get a concise list, but I think we got it down. So
Yeah, Philip sent me this playlist on YouTube that has a bunch of them, and then like I was listening to it on Spotify, but it seemed the one for one. There's one missing, but like there's one more in the Spotify playlist. Also, the Spotify playlist is mostly in Japanese, so that was a little confusing for me to translate it back to whatever the fuck.
I'm glad we avoided that. Which, what would you guys say like the general genre or theme is to this, or is it just like all over the place? Because like we got like lead pianos, we got kind of like hip hop, big kick drums, we got the jazzy J's,
Jazzy J's.
I mean, jazz is probably pretty
jazzy
good.
jams, a lot of
I'd say
jazz.
so. Like jazzy, hip hoppy almost. Like a lot of the songs get pretty jazzy and hip hoppy at the same time. If there's a term for that, please somebody tell me.
Maybe jazz hop.
Disco grindcore or something. I don't
Yeah, I'm
know.
getting some disco vibes. Only I don't know that much disco. I just think about the
just
karaoke
joking.
songs from
Like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
no, what was the game? Cause games with
Yakuza?
Yakuza. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. the sounds are there. I just don't know the order.
You're talking about
Kazuya.
like the Friday night disco
Yeah,
song.
Friday night. Finally
Kazuma
Friday.
Mishima
That's a good song.
from Tekken.
Maybe.
There's two famous Kazumas. No one cares about that. Yeah, I'd say like hip hoppy, like jazzy or disco-y or whatever.
So moving right along, our song categories are very vague, mostly left open so each of us can really interpret it how we feel. So this first one is the song you show off or the best. So this is a song I like to think about it as like if I'm at work and I'm just jamming out, looking at some Excel docs, doing normal office work type stuff, and I have headphones on and I'm jamming, and somebody walks in, they're like, "Hey, what are you listening to?" I want to be able to play them a song, be like, "Oh, I'm listening to game music. I'm listening to Persona 3 OST." What song do I want them to hear first off to be like, "Wow, this is funkin'. Like this is a banger."
Funkin'.
And the one I went with is Afternoon Break. Let's take a listen. I I mean, it's poppy, it's funky. You can put it over anything.
Yeah, I can't nail a specific genre, dude.
And
I love that.
yeah, I haven't listened to a lot of the Persona songs but everyone talks about how great the soundtrack list for all the Personas are. And after listening to like my playlist of like 55 songs and narrowing it down to like, I think I got it down to like 12 songs whenever I was trying to pick out like the song I wanted to show off or my notable or anything like that. And it was so hard to cut that 12 down. And then I cut it down to like 11. And then I was barely able to cut it down to like 10. And then went back to 11. We're like, no, I can't get rid of whatever song that was. But so many of these are a groove. Like another one that I almost put on there was like During the Test, but Afternoon Break is just too good. Was this one anywhere on y'all's list, or am I just on my own on this one?
No, it was for sure on my list. I had like 3 potentially for this. I guess for each one I had a ton, and Afternoon Break was for sure on there, but it somehow got beat out. I think I just like, no, I picked a different one.
Yeah, your other pick's got to make it. All right, that's Afternoon Break. Well, then next up, Aaron, what about your pick? If you would be so bold.
I picked Tartarus Second Floor because I mean you're in Tartarus a lot, and it's like the only dungeon of the game. But yeah, that tune, like once you hear it for like the next hour that you're in the dungeon, it gets stuck in your brain, and
in the next 40 hours as you explore the same dungeon.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a groove too.
So there's like 6 of these, like a different song for each floor. Why 2?
I was just stuck on 2 the longest. This is the one that's like most ingrained into my brain.
What's funny is like you bring this up because I even tried to narrow down the best of the Tartaruses, and I basically came down to 2 and 6. Yeah. But I could not identify what was different between the 2 of them.
I know like 3, 4, and 5, they have like, how do I explain it? They sound like crunchier, I guess. This one is just way smoother. It's like
this one's real smooth.
It's like a Marlboro menthol, I guess. I don't know. I don't smoke, but I just assume those are mellow.
I don't smoke, but if I did, it would sound
I think
like
those are
Marlboro
the least
menthols.
mellow. Those are extremely harsh, I think.
It'd be the long discontinued Marlboro Skyline.
Yeah. All right, Nave. What about you?
I picked Memories of You, which is probably it was up there with maybe the most notorious. Also, whenever you added the intro song like an hour before we jumped in here, you're like, I'm just gonna put Nave's fucking song in there, so he has to choose that. I was like, no, fuck you. I'm not changing mine.
Well, that's it. I really wanted this song to make it into the list because I almost chose this as the song I show off as well. But I thought that Afternoon Break would have more mass appeal. But Memories of You is just an incredible song. Like, just standalone. It's so good.
I have it liked on my Spotify now. Out of the whole playlist. As soon as I heard it, about like a minute in, I'm like, oh man, I'm going to want to listen to this a lot more. I wonder who this vocalist is.
Was it Lotus Juice?
You wish it was Lotus Juice. I don't fucking know, dude.
No, it's so good. Like, it's crazy for a game that I barely played. The music can be really moving.
trying to find it, but it's kind of fucking hard.
I bet.
Maybe Mayumi Fujita? Maybe?
I'm Yumi Kawamura right now. Yeah, Yumi Kawamura.
What else does she do?
I'm wondering if she does anything for like Kingdom Hearts or something.
What's her name? Yumi what?
Kawamura. I don't know if maybe I've just been fucking listening to this shit for like way too much recently, but now this just sounds like a voice that I've heard in everything. It seems like
Could be.
but I don't know.
It's weird whenever we prep for these episodes. I don't know what you guys do, but I do just listen to the whole set list on repeat, and I just slowly prune out songs where I'm like, we don't really need this one, or that type of stuff. But
yeah, she's done a lot of songs for a lot of Persona games. Holy shit.
she's just the Persona
That's
singer.
probably it. Because I did spend like 130 hours in Persona 5 last year, and then I also, or maybe it was like the year before, but I'm just now playing Persona 5 Tactica, so I've again got this music playing in my ears already.
Hot damn. That's holy shit. I can't see that she's done anything on Kingdom Hearts though. Who sings
The Kingdom Hearts song that we talk about every
Simple and Clean or whatever.
Simple and Clean.
Well, no, that's in English though, so I don't think
There's probably another version,
okay.
right? Maybe.
I think there's a Japanese version of Simple and Clean, maybe.
All right. Now to
I
our
don't
next
think it matters.
category.
Yeah, let's go.
The notable one. This is just one that where it's like it might not be the best song, but I specifically needed to shine it out. And the one I chose is a very good banger of a song and was almost in my song you show off category. And that is Living with Determination. Specifically the classic version, because there's two versions. There's like a hip hop version and then there's the classic version. So let's take a listen. See, there's something about just like the lead piano. Like it always gets me in like any game, like Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. Just find it really moving. It's weird because I think I might have heard this before because I just put on like those YouTube live channels. It's like lo-fi video game beats to relax / study to chill, whatever. And I feel like there's like a lo-fi version of this song that I've heard. There's definitely a lo-fi version of Poem for Everyone's Souls that I've heard. And I'm like, oh, I know this one. I've heard this one before on the little Game Chops channel. But I just found this one really pretty, and it makes my heart soft or something. I don't know. Language.
Turns my hard heart and other organs soft.
It melts my heart. That's what I'm looking for.
There you go.
Definitely softening me up.
There was another one, Memories of the City. That's another piano lead type song, very similar to Memories of You. But it's just piano, and that one almost made it as well. But Determination got me more. It was more determined.
It reminds me of the little piano, I guess, part that plays on the press start screen for Persona 4, where it's like, bam, bam, bam. It's like real homey, real homey, chilled out vibe, I guess. Yeah.
All right, Aaron, what about your pick? What's notable, and why is it notable?
A deep mentality, because holy shit, is it boppy? It's I've had a good number of these tracks in my gigantic playlist on YouTube Music for a while now, and this one always stands out amongst the crowd because of just how fucking energetic it is. It's insane.
Let's check it out.
It's like what you'd hear in a shopping mall, except like cranked up to a little above 12.
Imagine walking to a shopping mall and they vibing and they have it like this.
Yeah, dude.
I just keep thinking about walking in that shopping mall. I'm like,
Yeah, dude. Going through Sephora or something, or like a giant cookie place.
I don't think those are the places that play this music though.
Fucking bassline, dude. Even,
Yeah, a lot of these songs have just fucking really incredible bass.
even Seinfeld to run for its fucking money.
Just keeps evolving too.
Yeah,
It's like, I don't think this one made it very far on my list. So I didn't get as much of an appreciation for it.
This definitely reminds me of something that you'd hear on Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I'm trying to place this. This feels like another song. Like, that's not Sonic or something like that, but. But that is a bop.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All right, Nave, what about you? What do you got? What are you bringing to the table? What's notable and why?
I picked Joy. I don't know why.
Uh,
I just was like, this one.
let's listen.
And I threw it in there.
Because Joy made it really far on my list too, but I figured someone else would pick it.
And that someone was me.
Oh fuck yeah, I didn't recognize the name, but hell yeah.
Oh, so there's two notable things. I don't know. I forgot about this, but now that I'm listening to it again, I was looking at the comments in the under the YouTube video for this one, and a lot of people were talking about that. There's a lot of words that are sampled in this song, and they're the same samples that are used in a Jet Set Radio song.
Really?
That's cool.
Yeah. And also, this song has the same like melody as Memories of You, so I guess it is kind of funny I picked both of them.
I mean, a lot of them have.
Like this right here. Like this right here is like literally a sample just straight out of a Jet Set Radio game, apparently.
I love that they chose this track for when you're just hanging out with your friends. Like, imagine going with your buddies to eat some fucking ramen, and this fucking song is just blasting inside your ear holes, dude. Getting that shit everywhere.
It's a sweet song. You talk about samples. Did you see that clip with I forgot his name. It's like Darren whatever, the Gorillaz guy.
Oh yeah.
And they were asking about Clint Eastwood, and he's like, it's all on here, and it was like some old Casio model with like a pre-sampled song. And he just presses it, and it just instantly starts playing the backbeat to Clint Eastwood. He's like, I just went right with that, just ripped it straight, and is like dead. He's like, I didn't need to change anything. It's all good. Yeah, Joy's really
That's
good.
really fucking funny.
I really want to know who plays the fucking trumpet for all these songs, dude. He just, or she, they belt that fucking shit out, dude.
Yeah. So good. All right, for our final section, the guest prompt, I asked you to supply us with this outsourcing my work to the guest. Once again, dear listeners, if you want more guests to come on the show, if we could pay them, that would be great. So support us on Patreon. But the guest prompt you gave us was tracks to flunk out of high school to.
Yeah, fuck high school.
You just at me next time.
Well, Dave, you didn't flunk out of high school. You just got your GED instead.
Yeah. Well, I got kicked out. They told me not to come back.
Oh, which one?
I was like,
Mr.
I was just gonna
Hughes
hang
himself,
out.
the principal,
Yeah.
or the vice principal, the evil
it was
one?
like, yeah, the evil vice principal was there too.
Damn.
And also one of the counselors. They all pulled me in and they were like, look, you're not going to get enough. You can't get enough credits. It's impossible.
And the janitor was
for you
there
to
too, and he's
pass
like, "You'll never amount to nothing, kid."
Yeah, it was fucking Ozzy from fucking Control and Alan Wake and all them.
He's just mopping up a fucking dookie on the floor. Holy shit.
He's like, I like to wear shoes. I like good shoes. You have to leave school now. And water's good for cleaning the good stains. You use the hot water. I'm like, thank you, Ati.
Damn,
Thank you.
dude.
All right, so I picked Shadow. Let's take a listen, then we can talk about it. So, I've played a little bit of Persona 3, and it suffers a little bit from the Harry Potter problem, where completely batshit insane things are happening around town and just around school, and no one seems to care except for the students that are specifically handling it. In this, they explain it as like you're the only ones that can stay awake during the midnight dark hour on TV. Is there TV in this one? I can't remember.
No, that's only Persona 4. It's just the dark hour where people turn into coffins or something stupid. I forget.
Yeah, it's something weird. Like they turn the coffins so that they don't get hurt when the monsters come out, but we can still get hurt. So, anyways, you take tests and stuff in this game where they're like, "What ancient Japanese thing happened here?" Whatever. And I'm like, I don't remember. But even though they tell you the answer, and like this song's funky, but it's also like aggressive and a little spooky. It makes it very feel like the shadows around the school that are keeping me distracted, and that's the reason I flunked. It's not because I'm bad at school, but it's a banger too.
Very anxiety-inducing.
I really like this one. All right.
That's a good one. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I like it. And I'm so glad, Aaron, that you picked this one. So how about you tell us about it and why it flunked you out of school?
You want... Fuck, man. I get pretty distracted pretty easily. So, like, I could see myself just, like, zoning out in class, just kind of, like, repeating this beat in my head the entire time. The teacher's up there, algebra this, 1 + 2 that, World War I this, and I'm not paying attention. I'm jamming in my mind. I'm playing those MP3s and grinding my brain.
All right, let's check out Iwata Todai Station.
Oh, fucking trumpet, dude.
I'm so glad you picked this, because I almost picked this one for notable.
Fuck yeah.
Me too. This one has a ton of listens on Spotify as well.
His voice.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, this is something I would completely fucking ignore the teacher to, dude. Just
Just vibing over there. It
Yeah,
almost
dude.
reminds me of there's a song on like Skate, the game Skate, that was like fried green onions or something like that.
Yeah. I know what song you're talking about, dude. Yep.
Yeah, and it's just like a groove, and there's no words or lyrics or anything, so you're just grooving and skating around the fried green onions.
Yeah.
This is a banger.
Oh, who plays that again? Fried green onions. I know exactly what the fuck.
I don't
It's
know
like
what that's
somebody
what's called.
something band.
Green. Fried green.
Oh, Booker T and the MGs. That's
Yeah,
who
and
it
the
was.
song is just
Yep.
called Green Onions.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that one's a banger too. But we're not gonna listen to it because it's probably more trademarked than these are. So next up, Nave, what is your song, and why is it going to flunk you out of school?
This song, I wasn't thinking about flunking out of school to it. I was thinking about the feeling after you flunked out. This is what this sounds like.
Oh yeah,
just chilling at your house.
This is
while all your friends are still at school.
Oh, that sounds really lonely. You know, it's also real lonely is whenever I go to your house in the morning when I was trying to wake you up to take you to school so that you wouldn't flunk out, and I'm banging on your windows and you don't answer. You're like, I'm
Usually
not going.
hungover.
I'm sleeping. Oh, the song is This Mysterious Feeling.
When I was first listening to this soundtrack, I was flipping through them randomly, kind of, and this was the first one I landed on where I was like, oh, this is probably going on the list somewhere. And then I looked at the list and saw the flunk out thing. I was like, oh, well, this is obviously just going there. This is perfect for that.
Yeah, this is one I could like fall asleep during class too, dude.
It makes you wonder, does this one play whenever you meet like the man and the woman, the spooky man in the back alley?
Oh no, that's the one you play at the beginning, the poem for our souls or something.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Plays in the background.
This one I think is just when you're talking to your friends about Tartarus shit, I think, maybe.
In like the big camera computer room. Like that
Seems
one,
very
or when you're like outside of
investigation.
Tartarus area. You're talking about.
I think it is in the computer room, possibly. I
Which is funny, they have like a bat lab, like a bat cave situation set up, and I'm like, no one says anything about this. There's just like monitors all over the walls, giant computers.
I think
No,
they
this
had,
one is a groove.
they had, like one teacher in charge of it all or some shit.
But that teacher also lives like with them at their dorm or something.
Yeah, dude.
It's a weird setup. I don't understand these Japanese schools. All right.
Fuck wearing uniforms to school too. Dude. I'm gonna wear whatever I want. If I want to wear denims, I'm gonna wear denims.
Denims.
If I want to wear a fursuit, I'm gonna.
With a collar. So stupid. So that covers all of our notable categories. At this point, Aaron, I want to thank you so much for coming out on such short notice too. Like less than a week, we were able to put this together.
Dude, no problem at all. I love doing these. I love video game music. I love you guys. So this is like a match made in heaven. It's like if the two scissored or
He's
something.
scissoring with his hands.
Yeah. Like that was definitely a move. We had to go for the scissor.
Yeah,
So-
dude.
Let's go around with just like final feelings on this OST or the game's soundtrack and its relevance. So start with you, Aaron. Final feelings on Persona 3 OST?
This one's always going to be a certified classic in my book. If I had a vinyl of this game's soundtrack, I would seal that bitch airtight and keep it safe from predators who might come to sneak into my house to harm it or something.
Specific predators after vinyl.
They're like, "Hey, Vinny, this guy's got a vinyl." I almost said vinyl, a vinyl of Persona 3 in his house. We're gonna steal it, and here I am, just like,
And then Vinny is like, ooh, a twezo.
yeah, the other guy's leading up with the fucking like spiked leash and shit, with like a cattle prod. Zap! Ooh,
So stupid. Nate, what about you? Final feelings?
oh shit.
I can definitely see where Persona 4 and 5 are getting their fucking style from. And you can see like this is definitely the foundation of that. I'm glad that we picked this one because this is the one I was least familiar with, obviously, since I haven't played it. So it's like, especially with the timing, because it's only going to be like a month and a half after this comes out that everyone's going to be playing Persona 3 Reloaded or whatever the fuck, Revelations. And so I think that was a really good pick.
Yeah. So I don't have a lot of experience with the Persona games. I really want to play them, but 5 has already left Game Pass and I'm waiting on new 3 to come out, and I'm not going to play Tactica until I play 5. So I'm at like a standstill, but I own Shin Megumi Tensei 5.
Ooh,
So I could go play that
that's
eventually.
Good, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. I'm a big fan of the main series Shin Megami Tensei games, and that one's pretty fucking rock solid.
I picked it up specifically on your recommendation, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I think I said it in the episode too. I don't remember.
Great
Whenever I
soundtrack
first talked
too.
about it.
Yeah, if you ever decide to do listening together on that, I'll fucking be there.
But definitely, I knew we were going to get to the Personas eventually on listening together. I'm glad that we were able to get to it today with you. But I was hesitant at first when I was just listening to the random 55 songs. I'm like, yeah, they're okay.
Oh, yeah.
They're kind of weird. It's got a weird funk to it. It's weirdly funky. But once I started narrowing it down to like the top 20 that I actually like listening to, and then the top 10, where it took me like hours of just re-listening to these songs over and over again. When listening together is supposed to be an easy show for us to just put together real quick. I'm spending hours just on YouTube re-listening to. I'm even got like my daughter. I'm like, all right, here's song 1 and here's song 2. Which one do you like better? And she's like, I kind of like this song. And I'm like, no, we're already on the next set. Like that one, pretend that one doesn't exist. We're talking about these two now. Like I got super into like pitting these songs against each other and just trying to find my favorites of the mix. But definitely, I know Memories of You is going to make it onto like my main playlist or whatever. And
Hell
quite a few
yeah.
of these are going to go into like my video game playlist.
I'm glad you liked it, dude. Yeah, I mean, and if you guys ever do decide to do a Nier Automata one, I'll jump into that. Unless you guys find somebody else that like knows the game more. But I've listened to a couple tracks on that, and that'd be cool too.
Dude, there's so many good ones. The problem with Nier Automata is that a lot of the songs evolve based on your location in the map. It's the Doom Eternal problem.
Oh, it's so cool.
Where
That's
like
cool
it
as
changes.
The original Nier's like that too.
Yeah. And so it's like the carnival, for instance, the carnival gets louder the deeper you get into the carnival up to
That's
a point.
Cool as fuck.
So like it actually like it fades and changes. Or when you're in the desert in Nier 1, I think it develops like chanting or something like that as you get closer to like the desert village. But once you get farther away, it gets louder piano notes. So it's really contextual. Much like Banjo-Kazooie, how the soundtrack changes when you go under the water compared to when you're above the water.
Well, it's like in the first Nier, when you're in the village, when you're walking around the village, there's like this like tune playing, and then when you get close to Devila, who's sitting in the middle, like where the fountain is, you hear her singing, and then as you get closer, it gets louder, and then as you go away, it goes away. But it's always in time with the music wherever you're at in the song. It's so fucking good.
So good.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna play Nier Automata sometime then.
You have to. It's so good.
Yep.
And with that, thanks for joining us this week, co-partners. Maybe next time we can all ooh together.
Oh, that's so good.
Let's sign off with the battle for everyone's souls.